Alright viewers, welcome back to moimoitv. We're in the Baz, Barrington Bike Park, and I'm about to test my World Cup winning rigs. I've done a review video or comparison video on them. We'll put that in the notes down below, or maybe we can do a little pop-up if the editor's gangster on the YouTube editing. But we've got 3 of my race bikes over the years, spanning from 2021 to 2024, all won World Cups, so they're all fast machines, but also in different eras of my career, and they're really different bikes. So we're going to put them to the clock. I'm going to GoPro each run, and pretty keen to see which one ends up on top. You'll be stoked to know, people, we have got some fresh mics today. I got me boy Nose Media on the camera. If you watch the Hardline videos from last year, you would remember him from there. We're just doing a bit of practice before Hardline this weekend, so we're going to film another edit together. Format for today: I'm going to go up, I'm going to do a run on each bike just to get a feel for it, mate. I haven't ridden that thing for, what's that, 5 years now or something. So yeah, I'm going to do a practice run on each, and then I'm going to do a race run on each. It's as simple as that, people. Noz is going to get some footage off the third person as well, so you can see that. But yeah, we'll put the full GoPros in with a little clock down the bottom, and the time will tell. I haven't done a whole lot of testing against the clock in my career because I find it sometimes it's just not the best indicator. Like, I could do 2 runs on this thing and they're not going to be the exact same time. But that doesn't mean that that bike was faster or slower the other run. I recently watched Reese Wilson's video. He did this review on this weird zero reach stem, and he said this similar thing. He says he never does any testing against the clock because, he said he would go to a World Cup one weekend, get a podium, and then the next weekend he's riding the same bike at a different World Cup and he gets out of the top 20. It's hard, but my tips if you want to test against the clock, from what I've learned doing suspension testing and stuff, would be just dial it back a bit, and you've got to ride at a pace that you can replicate that run every time. It's not going to be exactly the same, but if you take no risk and you're not getting wild, you can repeat the run at the same speed. And if you're comfier or the time's a bit faster, then that's obviously probably going to be the better setup. Yeah, or another way I used to do when I was doing downhill testing was I'd go to a wobber. So I've done thousands of laps on the track. I know the track insanely well. And I'd be full fitness, full race pace. And I would time for a few weeks in a row. And then you get to a point where your time just plateaus and you're not getting any faster and you're just hitting pretty much the exact same time. That's a perfect time to change something, because you're doing that many timed laps and stuff, and your speed's you're not getting any faster. So if you change something, that's a good indicator if it was a little faster or a bit slower. But yeah, I've had mixed results from testing stuff against the clock over my career, but I think this will be just a cool video, and yeah, we'll see what rig ends up on top, eh? Blast from the past, dude. The bars, they're so narrow. What am I bugging? Oh nah, this bike, I should have put other bars on. I'm pretty sure these are 730 from last round in 21 with Scotland, and the trees are like that. Bit more reach for me on this one. Yeah, they have these rigs haven't had some loving in a good few years. We gave them a quick we ran an Allen key over them yesterday, mate, in the shed, so hopefully they're still safe to ride. My go-to sag for enduro. Oh, you want to chew on that?
I'm all good, thanks.
Oh, okay. Go-to sag for enduro, 35%, mate. Some would say, oh, that's too much. I would say, no, bro. That's what I like.
What tyre pressures are you going to run for Baz Bike Park?
25, 28, mate. I don't really stray from that.
Alright, the most hard-hitting question. Which bike do you think's going to win today?
Oh, come on. Dude, the clock has made a fool out of me many times in my career, and it's always a hard task, guessing that sort of stuff. Like there'll be times when you think you've just absolutely hosed it on a race run, and you're like, yeah, that's a winning stage, and you get like 8. So it can be quite humbling to try guess that. I reckon they're all going to be pretty similar. I've picked a good mix of trail. We've come to Barrington because like around our area, best spot by far to do something like this. We're going to hit a trail called Detonate. It's got some techie stuff, it's got some real tight turns, it's got some wide open stuff. So it's covering all bases. And I think, oh man, I think that magenta one's going to be good because there's a lot of really tight stuff. But this has just got such it's got such an advantage. I've been riding this thing for the last 3 years every day. So I'm just like, it's just like super comfy for me at the moment. So that's a massive advantage. But yeah, to be honest, I think the trail might be a bit too tech for the purple one, but I could also just have this all completely wrong. So we'll just wait and see what the time is at the end of the day, bro. What about you? Flip the switch. What are you saying? What are you saying?
All right, I'm actually against the industry here, and I would love for the magenta one to win.
Why is that against the industry?
Well, dude, we've all been hoodwinked by all this new technology and stuff. I would love just like a bit older one to win.
Still got like...
Deep down, I think the YT is probably going to win because it is the newest bike and he's ridden it for 3 years. But I would love for the magenta rig to rustle some feathers and take the W. That's my 2 cents.
All right, we're going to do a couple practice laps. We're going in chronological year order. So we're starting with the 2021 horse. We're going to do some practice laps, and then we're going to get straight into some time laps. So yeah.
Give us like a cool punchline, like action or like roll the clips or something like that.
Welcome to Kev's Chop Shop. You flop it, we chop it. Through that stuff. Camera man. We got a steep shuttle road coming up here, but the Burton Automotive GWM's got us. Look bro, snow mode, mud mode, sand mode. Where's shuttle mode? We need shuttle big mode. There we go. Full low mode bros, that's us. Look at this. Rear diff lock, on. Front diff lock, on. We're double diffed up. Race run time, baby. Get a lander up your way. All right, riders ready. Watch the gate, start your clocks. We're in. Oh, blue tongue on the track. Had to hop him. Oh dude, feels like a BMX bike after going off the other one's back to it. Heaps of little bits where I could hop and like just move the bike around really easy and like through the tight stuff. Super flicky, but on this like really hard pack skatey dirt, I felt like I was just double wheel sliding, eh? Yeah dude, I don't know, I feel sketchy.
Is that good?
Wilson, where are you?
You know it. Alright. Let's hit it. Woo. Gee whiz, bro.
Better, slower, faster?
Oh, that's better.
It's better.
Well, it feels better. It feels like that one felt faster, but I think it's because it was real twitchy. Like this feels more like smooth. I got more traction on the big long turns. You definitely couldn't hop it around and pump it around as much, but yeah, on the big long turns it was sick, and you can feel a bit harsher on all the root single trail chop in the middle. Like there's way more feedback through your arms. I'm struggling with the braking points, hey. I'm just used to the power. Like I used the new TRP last year, and I used the Mavens on that bike just there, and these just don't have the initial pull, and I'm like coming into stuff a bit hot and not stopping properly.
We didn't really talk about it. These are, when was the last time you rode Max's tyres?
Yeah, that's another thing.
Because it would make a big difference here, the tyres.
Yeah.
Depending on what you job with.
Well, it's hard for me to tell. I'll tell you on this next one, but
yeah,
the ground's so slippery, dude. Look at it. Like I'm trying to ride so I can do the same run smoothly, but I've still had a couple of sketchy moments because the corners are just so unpredictable. And I think that's why the shorter wheelbase one felt real sketchy, because you got a bit more stability with the bigger rig. All right, let's get it. Shit, boy.
Has the 3 years on this rig just paid dividends?
Yeah, I feel so comfy on this thing, eh? That's got to have a lot to do with it. The tyres are insane.
Better than Max's?
Well, I feel like they've just got way more bite. Like, I'm so much more comfy on them. And again, I've been running them for the last couple of years. Like
It will be
like
interesting.
my braking point's way better. I can come into something a bit hotter and actually stop. My arms are way better at the bottom of the run because I'm just barely even friggin' pulling these things. You just feather them. Yeah, I thought the Zeb on the first bike felt good in like when we pushed up and down on it, but this thing's night and day better. Also, that one probably hasn't been serviced in, well, it hasn't been serviced in 5 years. It's probably got no oil left in it from hanging up on the rack. Like most profound changes on like components moving to these bikes, the Mavens are just so much better for me. And the transmission as well, like just being able to shift under load and just way smoother, Oh, Gary.
I'm recording.
I'm just enjoying the Serenity, dude. We gave Glenny Boy some laps. Kev knocked off like half hour ago. Toast, bro.
Why are you toast?
Because I've done nothing since the last World Cup, and I just did 6 full laps. Bit of pushing for some clips at the end there. It's 30, the GWM's saying 35 degrees Celsius. My brother is cooked. Deep fried. Good session though, good day in the office. Should we do a quick recap?
Yeah.
You want a quick recap?
Stand up. Are you gonna do a max lax one? You're gonna do a max lax recap?
Yeah, max lax recap.
Alright, go.
I haven't even checked the times yet, but I'll give you a quick recap, a bit of a prediction. We've still got to head back to HQ, head back to Kev's chop shop, flop the footage, chop the footage, and see who took the dub. But I'm gonna say first bike, the Burgundy O'Neill. I think I'm gonna say that it got last on the scoreboard, dude. It was super fun to ride, very flickety, very playful, super light, hop it around. Felt pretty good through that choppy, rooty stuff. The other bikes stepped out a bit through that stuff, but overall, dude, it just felt a bit sketch at race pace for a full run. It was more just fun to ride. But we'll see what the time says. I'm going to put the Purple People Eater in second. It was a good mix of fun and fast. You have the bit longer setup, bit lower, bit slack, a bit more stable at speed. But then it's got the real short rear end still, so you can still flick it. I like drifting, so I like the short rear end. I almost want to try the short, large swing arm on the Capra again to get a bit of the flickety feeling. But yeah, you definitely felt the stiffer chassis through the rocks, and I reckon the section where we got the clips, if you slow that down, you'll see that thing like just skipping out a bit more than the Burgundy O'Neill. And then I reckon the Cappy took the dub, dude. I just feel so comfy on it. The suspension setup's dialed. I've had 3 years to dial that thing in. So I've had more time on the Capra than I had on both of those bikes. Obviously, it's not a perfectly controlled scientific test. If we wanted to test the frames alone, we should isolate the frame and put all the same parts on the bikes.
Back to the headquarters.
Back to the chop shop, you reckon?
To see which bike prevailed.
Yeah. Alright, let's hit it.
We've come back to the chop shop. I've crunched the numbers and I've punched the numbers. And my God, are the results fucking juicy. Now, I'm just going to stand up. I've got some very important pieces of paper in my pocket. I'm gonna, dude, I had to get up last night and tell Jack's partner just to get it off my chest. I couldn't contain him. That's how excited I am about the results.
You have no idea what you're
now,
on about.
I've got 2 pieces of paper. I've got the times just randomly set on one piece of paper, and I'm going to give Jack this piece of paper right now, and we're going to see what he thought won.
Oh, it's not going to have the bike. Just the time.
All right. Yep, just the times. All right, I'm going to show you guys first. Hopefully you can see this all right.
Just write them on the screen, dude.
All right, as you can see, juicy. All right, mate, here you go.
It's like a game show, bro. Noz's game show. No way! I don't trust your calculations.
Give me this back. I've calculated this like 5 times because I didn't believe it. I've even gone into like my editing software and gone frame by frame.
Holy shit, bro.
And these are the results.
I was seriously thinking like over 5 seconds between the old Kenyan and the Capra. That is cooked. Well, I don't even know what to believe anymore. Like, I felt...
Which one do you reckon? Give me this.
I don't even know because the difference was so...
You need to go through and say what bike you think A was, B, and C. Like, you just look, it's pretty impossible to say, but at least give the viewers what they want to hear.
I'm still just going to go with, I think the fastest was the Capra. So that's C. I still think the purple was the second fastest.
Yep.
The purple people eater. The one-eyed purple people eater. So B. And I felt like I was so sketchy on that...
the Burgundy O'Neill.
The Burgundy O'Neill. But it's only 1.6 seconds off the fastest time riding it once in the last 5 years, 2 laps. That's absolutely fried, dude. Imagine if I'd been on one of those other bikes for the last 3 years, is what I'm saying.
Alright, pass me this. Pass me this mic.
I'm going to have to calculate these before we upload this video, dude. I don't trust you enough.
Now, you think those results are juicy. This piece of paper holds everything. Alright, I'm going to show the viewers. This is so cooked.
Did you say?
Right, mate, put this back on. Here you go. Godspeed.
Fuck off. Dude. It just must have been that much better through the tyre stuff. Did you compare...
The industry's been hoodwinked.
Did you compare like where it was faster? We need to find that. And I'll tell you the other thing. I thought... I wanted to do them in chronological year order, but I thought that had the least advantage because I had 2 more laps on the track to get it a bit better by the time I got to the
Capra.
The Capra. That's actually cool. I was saying to Noz, I don't know if we recorded this, but I was saying to Noz, I don't know how I
was gonna ask him
rode. What?
Pass me this. I was gonna ask him after these results. So, the Burgundy O'Neill has won, which is quite confronting. And the fact he hasn't ridden it.
We both said at the start that it had a good chance, but after I rode it, I thought there's no chance.
Yeah. But I was gonna ask him, like, how could you imagine? He thought it was riding real sketch, and I was gonna say, could you imagine racing a World Cup on it now? Is what I was gonna ask him.
Oh yeah, I can. Look at the time, dude. I can. All right, people. I'm no longer retiring. I'm getting the Burgundy O'Neill back up to scratch with some fresh Mavens, some fresh transmissions, and I'm going on a privateer year, and it's gonna hose.
All right. While you're sitting here, dude, I'll bring my laptop out. We'll just film it anyway. I'll show you.
What are we filming?
Well, because you've got, like, I've also got trust issues with the results, dude. That's why I figured that like 5 times.
Maybe I should have done more testing against the clock over my career, dude.
All right, watch this. Can I hold the mic?
Yeah.
We're just going to film this anyway. Like, I'm just going to show you. All right, this is Burgundy O'Neill. Now, I've started, this stopwatch is the same. This clip is exactly the same as this clip. I've copied the clip of the stopwatch, all right? See where it starts?
Yeah.
On the post. I've been running them to this pole.
Oh, yeah.
All right. 258.
How do you get the point?
Because this is just like...
on the clip.
Yeah, this is just the clip. If you go frame to frame, it works out to be 257,
okay.
alright?
Holy shit, bro.
Look, you've already finished on the
Yeah.
Burgundy O'Neill, right? Look how you keep going.
Yeah, right.
3 minutes. Bro, the Burgundy O'Neill won, and you haven't ridden it in 5 years.
And it's got brakes that I couldn't even... Dude, I tell you what, this is so satisfying because I thought I was going to have to accept defeat to the Pink Black Warriors who have been battering me with the small bike comments for years.
I'm so happy about it.
But I've reigned victorious. That's actually insane. I did not expect that after riding him.
In the GoPro run, you fucked up, bro.
Dude,
the Burgundy
O'Neill had to hop a blue tongue.
Yeah.
I lost speed having to hop that blue tongue, and I also slipped out of the corner before the rock garden.
Yeah, I know. So it could have been 256. It could have been literally 2 seconds quicker.
That is actually crazy. We're going to have to do more of these experiments, dude. This has got me...
You can see why
This has got me hooked.
You can see why I couldn't contain myself I had to tell someone. I had to get off my chest, dude. I was freaking out about it. Because you've ridden once in 5 years, you just beat your last World Cup winning bike. Like, you need to ask yourself, the Burgundy O'Neill with modern components...
It just must have been so much better through... That was a pretty tight track. Like...
Remember when I watched the goat footage, I was like, this is a bit of a Burgundy O'Neill trail.
Yeah.
But still though, dude, look, you want...
Like, not all the stages are like that.
No. And it had 730mm bars on it.
Yeah, but we hung them. We did the hang. We did the Grom hang. We got an extra 15 each side or something. I reckon they would have been 750, 760. But yeah, that's actually insane. I did not expect that at all after riding them yesterday. And
now, I don't want to take anything away from your career, mate. But if that's doing that, there is a chance that some of the success you had on that bike could have been because it was just a really good set.
I had an unfair advantage, dude. I was practically cheating.
Like, it was obviously a good machine. Like, and we've just shown, like, there is some part of your results probably have to do with that bike.
No, but on the slowest bike there, I got my best result ever.
On the Purple People Eater.
Every stage on the Purple People Eater, and it got last there, dude.
I was gonna ask you. I was gonna say which bike had the best result.
Back.
I'm sorry. I'm taking that back. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Nah. It's again emphasizing that not all the stages are like that. That was a pretty techie trail, dude. There was some fast bits though where I felt super sketchy on that. I just can't see it being faster on like Trans-Montana where I won on the purple bike where it's just flat out bike park stuff. I can't see the flexi burgundy noodle just...
Maybe we need to do another one of these somewhere else in the future.
Yeah, it would be interesting to do it on different tracks as well. But then like this took us so much time to ride all the bikes in practice, get clips on all the bikes, then do race runs on all of them when I'm this unfit. Like that's the other thing. This bike's the hardest to ride when you're unfit because it's so small. The other ones are a bit more, you can just hold on to them and let them hold their line a bit more. Crazy.
Now, for more industry haters, the Burgundy O'Neill did go first. And if Jax is unfit as he's saying, did that have anything to do with it? Like the last run he did was on the Capra. But I don't like to...
I reckon it was more... I reckon the advantage of having 2 more laps by the time I got to the Capra is better.
Yeah, exactly. So it probably cancels it out.
Yeah.
I thought the Purple People Eater was the fastest through there.
Well, it might have been. Might have been through that bit.
Look, guys, I just grew up on a farm somewhere in the middle of nowhere. So, like, you need to take everything I say with a grain of salt, literally. But I'm just saying, visually... When I had the big call that the Burgundy O'Neill was going to win at the start, as the day went later, I was like, oh, it's probably not. And then look at this. I got hoodwinked, just like the industry did.
Extra money and development Kenyon have spent to go to that next rig when they could have just kept the OG, bro.
Good friend of mine, Jacob Barton, told me like when this year came out that's when the bikes peaked. maybe he was right. Maybe we're not going to get any faster now. But I would love to see Burgundy O'Neill with brand new components on it. It'd probably be a force to be reckoned with.
I would actually love to put a set of Mavens.
The Red Zeb.
Or even like, I thought the Contis were...
Yeah. You were raving
the Contis, dude, and I've just hosed it on the old Maxis.
On 5-year-old Maxis tyres.
That have just been baking in the shed. They've probably gone up like 3 different, what do you call it? The compound. They've gone up like 3 harder compounds from just baking in the chop shop in 40-degree heat, dude.
They were a Max Terra, now they're like a Dry Terra.
No, they were a slow Rize 42, whatever it was back in the day, and now they're just like the 60A. That's absolutely... I'm gobsmacked. That was a sick video though. I hope you guys enjoy it. Like, we need to do more of those, Noz. We filmed yeah, what am I doing? I'll sit back down. We filmed a downhill comparison vid with like the one just in the chop shop of my downhill bikes, and we were gonna do a timed video on them, but the bikes are so sketchy. Like, some of the brakes have stopped working. Like, one of them's the Bergamont's like, is that 13 years old now? So I'm a bit skeptical about going balls to the wall down a gnarly downhill track on a 13-year-old bike. Maybe I could get them run over and fix back up, but I don't trust my mechanic skills to get them back operating in a safe order before doing that. We'll see though. If you people froth this video as much as we're frothing after making it, then maybe we'll put the effort in to get the downhill rigs going. That one's going to be crazy because there's 3 different wheel sizes, bro. What if the industry's been hoodwinked on 29 and 26? Not even.
We'll answer that question as well maybe one day.
Yeah, if this video goes good, I'll invest in a mechanic to go over those bikes so I don't die. But yeah. Thanks for watching, people. Big shout out to Noz for doing this video. It's been fun as. Thanks to our boy Glenny Boy, dude, for the shuttles. Imagine trying to do that yesterday without the shuttles, and like he was helping hike in the bikes and stuff. Yeah, that was sick. I still can't believe that, eh?
Alright. Say goodbye to the viewers, mate.
Alright. Peace. Thanks, people.